Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining. Today, I'll be walking you through customer identity and access management, what it is, how it differs from traditional IAM, and most importantly, how it can transform your customer experience while delivering significant business value. We'll cover the fundamental concepts, explore real world benefits, and discuss how modern CIAM platforms like ForgeRock, Ping Identity, Auth0, and Microsoft Entra ID can address your specific business challenges. Before we go further, think what's the one thing that can make or break a customer relationship in the digital world before it even really begins. It's that digital front door. For most businesses, that door is either wide open of opportunities or it's locked shut by sheer frustration. So, let me ask something. Have you ever been on a website ready to buy something or maybe sign up for a new service and you just give up? You shut that tab, abandon the whole cart, all because getting in was a massive pain. Of course, you would have. At some point in time, we all would have to. That frustration is usually due to either having to fill a long registration form or because you forgot your password. This isn't some minor annoyance, it's a massive business problem. In the real world, all business obsess over its storefront, isn't it? In the digital world, the login page or the registration page are the front door that your customers interact first. If the business messes that up, then that potential customer is gone, perhaps forever. A recent study found that 59%, that's nearly 6 out of every 10 people around the world, have completely abandoned an online service just because they got frustrated trying to sign in. Think about that. Over half your potential customers could be walking away at the very first step. What this really highlights is a huge disconnect, what we call the digital experience gap. It's this massive split between the seamless, super intuitive experiences that we've all come to expect and the clunky, often frustrating reality that a lot of businesses are still delivering. Today's customers are judging your business against the absolute best digital experience they've ever had. Their demands are pretty simple, but they're totally non negotiable. They want convenience, they want security, and they want privacy. And the real challenge, they want it all and they don't want to compromise. So, first up, they expect just radical convenience. We are talking a smooth experience across every single channel where they don't have to enter the same information over and over and over again. If they update their address in your app, they just expect it to be updated on your website too. It should just work effortlessly. Second, they demand ironclad security. Trust is everything. In fact, a whooping 87% of customers say they wouldn't do business with their company if they had even the slightest concern about its security practices. This is not a nice to have feature, it is an absolute must have. And third, they insist on privacy. Especially now, with regulations like GDPR and CCPA, people are more aware than ever of their digital rights. They want to know what information you have about them, and they want easy, transparent control over it. It's their data, after all. So, this brings up the big question. How on earth do business balance these three demanding and sometimes conflicting expectations? How can you be incredibly convenient and unbelievably secure at the same time? Well, the answer lies in a strategy and a set of technologies called Customer Identity and Access Management, or CIAM for short. So, what exactly is CIAM? CIAM is a comprehensive system that manages and secures customer identities across all digital touchpoints, including websites, mobile applications, and customer portals. Modern CIAM solutions extend far beyond traditional username and password combinations, incorporating advanced authentication methods such as biometrics, magic links, and intelligent multi-factor authentication systems. The key is achieving the perfect balance between delivering seamless user experiences whilst maintaining robust security protocols and strict privacy compliance standards. This contrasts with internal employee focused systems, which we'll discuss shortly. Why does traditional IM approaches fail for customers? For a start, the scale is dramatically different. You might have 5,000 employees, but 5 million customers. Customers expect the same seamless experience they get from Google, Apple, or Amazon. Consider the mobile first reality. Over 60% of your customers will interact with your brand primarily through mobile devices. They expect biometric authentication, social login options, and instant access across all your applications. The statistics shown here are conservative. In some industries, we see registration abandonment rates as high as 85% when the process requires more than two steps. Every friction point in your identity experience directly impacts your bottom line through lost customers and increased support costs.
This comparison table highlights the fundamental differences that make traditional IAM inadequate for customer facing scenarios. Let me elaborate on a few key points. Scale is not just about numbers, it's about unpredictability. Your customer traffic might spike 10x during a flash sale or product launch. Your CIAM system must handle these spikes gracefully without degrading performance. The control paradigm is completely inverted. With employees, you can control devices, networks, and can mandate security policies. With customers, they use their own devices, untrusted networks, and you have no control over their security practices. Privacy regulations like GDPR, CCPA, and emerging laws worldwide create compliance requirements that traditional IAM systems weren't designed to handle. Science systems must be built with privacy by design, including features like consent management, data portability, and the right to be forgotten. Diving deeper, authentication in IAM is often rigid, like mandatory MFA or VPN if accessing from outside corporate networks, etc. While CIAM provides options like Google or Apple sign-in to reduce barriers. Data-wise, CIAM empowers users with self-service updates, aligning with privacy laws. Risk-wise, CIAM uses machine learning for real-time threat detection, unlike IAM's rules-based approach. Ultimately, while IAM secures your workforce, CIAM enhances customer interactions, turning security into a competitive advantage.
A really well-designed SIAM system is the foundation for the entire customer lifecycle. It makes creating an account painless, signing in a total breeze, and updating a profile super simple. And even when customers need support, a good SIAM means your team already knows who they are, which gets rid of that frustrating "what is your account number again?" dance. Moving to the core components of SIAM. It starts with easy registration to capture users quickly. A well-designed flow can cut sign-up time by 50%. Customer registration is your first impression and often determines whether you acquire or lose a potential customer. The concept of progressive profiling is crucial. Instead of asking for 15 fields upfront, start with just email and password. Then gradually collect additional information as the customer engages more deeply with your services. Alternatively, providing social login options like Google, Facebook, or LinkedIn can help with rapid customer acquisition. Modern SIAM platforms must support multiple authentication methods because customer preferences vary widely. Some customers prefer traditional passwords, while others exclusively use social logins or passwordless methods. It is also key to incorporate risk-based access controls. This uses machine learning to analyze hundreds of contextual factors, device fingerprinting, geolocation, behavioral patterns, and threat intelligence to make real-time security decisions. The platform uses adaptive authentication that makes use of contextual informations like device, location, and behavioral patterns to determine the appropriate level of authentication required. A customer logging in from their registered device at home might only need a password, while the same customer logging in from a new device in a different country might be prompted for additional verification. Unified access across multiple services and applications with one secure login eliminates password fatigue and improving user experience. Single sign-on for customers is more complex than employee SSO because customers access their services through multiple channels: your website, mobile app, partner sites, and potentially IoT devices. Your CIAM solution must maintain consistent identity context across all these touchpoints. Doing this not only enhances user satisfaction, but also minimizes breach risks from weak passwords. Profile management keeps data fresh, and deprovisioning handles right to be forgotten requests compliantly. Consent management ensures comprehensive privacy controls and transparent consent tracking for regulatory compliance. This aligns with global regulations, preventing costly violations. The CIAM platform must be able to identify and purge all customer data across all connected systems, not just the identity store itself. It's important that privacy protection is built into the platform architecture, not bolted on afterward. Providing self-service portal empowers customers to manage password resets, profile updates, and account settings without requiring support intervention, reducing operational costs. These elements form the backbone of any robust SIAM system.
To explain customer journey, let's take Lucy, a new customer registering for services with ABC Food Mart, an online grocery. Social login, like sign in with Google, or progressive profiling, like asking for minimal info upfront, drastically cuts the time and effort needed to sign up. By applying adaptive authentication, it provides stringent security for risky situations, like logging from new country, but stays completely out of the way for low risk routine logins, like from a home laptop. This means Lucy log in and use the services without being bombarded with MFA requests when not necessarily, whilst still not compromising on security. By giving Lucy a clear, easy to access dashboard to manage her communication preferences and data sharing, puts her in control. This reduces frustration and instead acts as a powerful trust builder. SSO makes multiple applications feel like one unified experience. Lucy can move from the grocer's main website to the support portal without ever stopping to log in again. If Lucy wants to change her password, update her address, or adjust email preferences, she doesn't need to wait for a support agent. A self-service capability gives her immediate control, which is a vastly superior experience. The ultimate goal of integrating these features is to create a customer journey that is frictionless, secure, and empowering. This builds long-term loyalty, turning satisfied users into advocates for your brand.
How do we differentiate a good SIAM from the bad one? That column on the left, that's not a list of features, it's a list of reasons customers leave. But the column on the right, that's how you build loyalty. You're talking about the difference between complex password rules and secure password options, or having separate logins for everything versus one single account that just works everywhere. SIAM platforms generate valuable customer data that extends far beyond basic demographics. You gain insights into customer behavior patterns, preferences, device usage, and engagement levels across all your digital properties. Unified customer profiles eliminate data silos that plague many organizations. When marketing, sales, and customer service teams all work from the same customer data, you can provide consistent, personalized experiences across all touchpoints. Email deliverability improves significantly when you have verified email addresses through SIAM registration flows. This reduces bounce rates and improves sender reputation with email providers. SIAM provides enterprise-grade solutions that can support millions to billions of users whilst handling peak demand periods seamlessly without performance degradation. Security benefits of SIAM extend beyond just protecting customer accounts. You're implementing enterprise-grade security measures that would be cost prohibitive to build and maintain internally. Account takeover attacks are increasingly sophisticated using credential stuffing, social engineering, and malware. SIAM platforms use machine learning and global threat intelligence to detect and prevent these attacks in real time, often without impacting legitimate customers. Risk-based multi-factor authentication balances security with user experience. Low-risk scenarios allow seamless access, while high-risk situations trigger additional verification. This approach reduces MFA fatigue while maintaining strong security. So this multi-layered protection mechanisms significantly reduce data breach risks and fraud attempts. Automatic updates and intelligent consent management ensure continuous adherence to evolving legal requirements across global jurisdictions. Compliance costs can be significant. GDPR fines can reach 4% of annual revenue. Consider the cost of data breach. The average cost is around £4 million per incident, not including long-term reputation damage. CIAM platforms significantly reduce this risk through advanced security measures and continuous monitoring. Audit trails are crucial for compliance and forensic analysis. The CIAM platform log every identity event with sufficient details to meet regulatory requirements and support security investigation. One of the primary benefits of CIAM is dramatically improved customer experience. A 40% reduction in registration abandonment translates directly to increased customer acquisition at no additional marketing cost. Say, if you are currently spending £1 million annually on customer acquisition marketing, a 40% improvement in conversion could be equivalent to 400,000 in additional marketing value. Faster login process reduce customer frustration and support ticket volume. Consider that every support call for password reset costs your organization 15 to £20 on an average. Reducing these calls by 50 to 60% through self-service options and passwordless authentication creates immediate cost savings. Frictionless login processes and intelligent personalization significantly boost customer satisfaction scores and long-term loyalty metrics.
Some of the key features to look for in a SIAM solution, firstly, passwordless authentication. For example, biometric authentication options, including fingerprint, facial recognition, and voice authentication, can provide enhanced security and user convenience. Next comes risk-based security. Adaptive multi-factor authentication systems that dynamically adjust security requirements based on real-time risk assessment and threat intelligence. Next can be consent management, where comprehensive consent dashboards are available, enabling customers to maintain complete control over their personal data and privacy preferences. Robust APIs and SDKs providing extensive customization capabilities and seamless extensibility for unique business requirements can be a key feature. Built-in compliance frameworks supporting GDPR, CCPA, HIPAA, ISO 27001, and other critical international data protection standards can help you adhere to any applicable regulations. To wrap up, SIAM is more than security. It's about empowering customer relationships securely and scalable, distinct from IAM's internal focus. It has evolved from a nice to have feature into an essential component for securing customer identities whilst delivering a seamless digital experience that modern consumers demand. Robust SIAM solutions drive measurable improvements in customer trust, loyalty, and sustainable business growth in our increasingly digital landscape. Strategic investment in comprehensive SIAM platforms empowers businesses to scale securely whilst maintaining full regulatory compliance across global market and jurisdiction. The future of customer engagement depends entirely on mastering identity management through sophisticated SIAM implementations. Remember, SIAM is not just about security, it's about building trusted relationships that drive business growth through exceptional customer experiences. One final critical question for every single business out there. Think about that very first interaction someone has with your brand online. Is it a welcoming, secure, and effortless experience that just invites them in? Or is it a frustrating, complicated barrier that sends them running straight to your competitors? Because that answer, that's what's going to define your future.
Thanks again for your time. I'd love to stay in touch and keep the conversation going. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn or shoot me an email, whichever you prefer. Always happy to explore together how better identity security can support your goals. Speak to you soon.